Man, just now when I pushed the live button, I I feel like I want to sneeze. All right. Wrong timing. How's my hair? Yeah, it's fine. Good enough. All right. We got this guitar on the workbench. This guitar's been on this workbench in the past. And this is a humidifier. So here, I mean, here right now, the air is kind of dry. So I'm running a humidifier. Like that. All right, a little more. All right. And I have another humidifier there. Let me see. Oh, I need to change the batteries. Okay, because this was working yesterday. Oh, just one battery. Okay. So I need to change the battery so that I know what is the humidity level of the shop. It's one of those. All right, I'll do it later. It looks like it leaked. Yeah, it did. All right, it's right here right now. Yeah, I got to clean up this. Sorry, now that I noticed that there's this, I don't want to say battery acid because it's an alkaline battery, fluid, electrolyte. So yeah, alkaline is the opposite of acid, right? So there used to be acid in these kind of batteries before, when I was little. I think they even made them out of zinc and lead or something. I don't know. I remember when I was little, a long time ago. See how old I am. Yeah. So now we have alkaline batteries. Like I said, the opposite of acid. So high pH. Acid is low pH. Okay. So I don't know what the level is. I just know that it's kind of dry air, which is why I'm running this humidifier. I'm running that humidifier over there, which is an evaporative humidifier, which does not over-humidify like this one can. And the way I like to explain humidity to my customers is I just put this thing in their hands. This is what can happen to your guitar when it dries up. And then they understand intuitively. So in order to prevent this soundboard from drying up like that sponge while I work on the guitar, I just keep a humidifier like this. And this, you know, keeps it safe for the next hour or so. Now here we have the neck that I removed from here. So let me remove the clamps. Now why do I have these clamps on? I'll show you. To keep this fingerboard extension straight, okay, flat. All right. Otherwise, you can get cupping. So let me get a straight edge. In this case, just yeah, you see, it's nice and flat. Otherwise, you might have a situation where this is curved, convex, which changes this radius here also. Now, you can see that I did not install these frets yet. I think I might install them now and just leave out this one fret. Do I need to leave it out? No, not even. I think I can install it now. Yeah, I can install all the frets. But today's project is, you see, I'm going to have to remove this, is dry fitting this neck. Okay? So that's today's project. And right now it's loose. So we cannot glue it in because we can't use glue as a filler. Let me just put these clamps here before they damage the guitar. I had this guitar, I'll be honest with you, for too many months. I don't even say how many months. I'm a bit embarrassed to admit. Yeah. And should be interesting. So let me get my app up and running here. The switcher for the switcher. Well, here it is. Oh, turned off. It's going to come back up, hopefully. Connecting to the switcher. Now I have the switcher. Okay, so now I can do this. Look, boom, and wrap. Okay, it switched. So, yeah, so this is just a flat plate. I am going to use this plate as well to install these frets. So I might want to do this first, just to get it over with. In fact, this is why I have this fish glue here. So I took it out of the fridge to get it to acclimate. And this is why, by the way, I was doing the other live stream before, to give the glue a chance to warm up a little bit. Okay, and where do I have the frets? Right here. I have frets. I have this fretting block. I'll show you. Okay, here it is. Okay, so these frets are for another guitar. This is what we're going to use to put the glue inside of the fret slot. And I'm simply going to tap them with a hammer. I'm going to put this here. And yeah, like that. You see? That's the truss rod, Martin style truss rod. I removed the nut, the truss rod nut. And I'm going to tap the frets in. I guess I could do it like this. I guess I could, right? Let's see. So we need to just get organized. So I'll install these frets, and then I'll do a first pass of a fret end dressing. And you know what? I just changed my mind. And I'll tell you why. I'll do this at the end, not now. Because I'll use fish glue, and before I do fret end dressing, I need to let the fish glue do its thing, like overnight. And yeah, otherwise I'll have protruding frets, and I don't want to have that while I'm manipulating the neck. So there you go. I just changed my mind. I won't be doing the frets now. Let's do the shims first, and then we'll do the frets. That's the way to go. So I put this here. I have the frets here, and I have shims here. Where are the shims? Right there. I have two shims, and I have these two things here. The clamping cawls. Let me show you what I got here in this bag. All right, so let's look at this first. Okay, so I got some parts here. One important part is this. Okay, this goes here. And this is the truss rod nut, which I will not be installing now, but I just wanted to show you that this is all here. So I'll keep them here inside of the bag. But we want to have a closer look at these. Like that, okay? So what are they? Clamping cawls. So we want to be able to clamp the shims onto the dovetail joint, and this is how you do it. See? So we glue them in. We glue them in place, and then we put the two cawls like this, and then we put one or two clamps, and we let it dry overnight. yeah. So that's that. But first, we need to get the shims ready. And you know what I'm thinking? I should be warming up the glue. All right. I wasn't mentally ready for this. 4 viewers. Okay, but you get to see everything. Okay, here I have my okay, wax warmer. This is what they use in beauty salons. It's a bit dusty, so just bear with me here. So yes, friends, it's a live stream. This is how it is with live streams. Okay, fine. So I'm going to go get the glue. I have it in the fridge. I only used it once. I'll show you. That's also an interesting thing. You'll see it's interesting. I tell you, it's interesting. So just bear with me. I have it right here. Okay, I'm almost back. And here it is, the glue. So, hide glue, and you see marbles, is just to increase the thermal mass. Because we don't want to keep reheating this over and over again. And so we want to mix up a small amount. But a small amount doesn't have the thermal mass, so you add marbles to increase the thermal mass. And this is the glue, so, I think you can eat this. So it's a gel right now. And what I need to do is, so let's get this thing organized. I have 2 of these. So this has a thermostat here. And I need to put some, so right now it's off. It also got an on and off switch. And to be honest, I prefer to put it here. Like this. Come on. I guess maybe not. Like this, okay. That's how I had it before. So I need to put some water inside before I turn it on. And I need a little more water. So again, I wasn't prepared fully for this. I apologize. I could grab water from the humidifier, but hold on. Right now I need to just be practical. I know it's a little bit wasteful, but it's just because I'm live streaming. Okay, that's it. Okay, and turn it on. So this is going to be doing its thing. Now, never rely on that thermostat alone. So I have a also a thermometer here. I could put it like this or like that. Doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Let it do its thing. Okay, while this is warming up, so I'll monitor. So 62 degrees is like perfect Celsius. And yeah, so once it warms up, we'll be able to glue the shims on the neck. So right now we need to prepare the surface of the what you call it again, dovetail joint, and also we need to prepare the shims. Dr. Grandpa Joe is here, and he says good evening, Guitar Quacker. Good evening to you. Welcome back. Okay. So I got a lot of work done this month. Not all of it was live streamed, obviously. I'm trying to be more, what's the word? Selective about what I am and what I'm not live streaming. Yeah, because preparing for a live stream is, you know, a little bit of a project as well. So I can't be live streaming everything. So I need to prepare this tool because I was using it for something else. So this is my neck reset tool, okay? And here, I don't think I can keep using this, no. All right. Don't need this anymore. There's a little bit of residue here, and I have what it takes to remove it. But I also need to put my glove on because it's the, you know, popular toxic chemical. So here's my glove. You know, I keep reusing these gloves, and I don't, you know, I flip it. I don't blow in it because it's going to make it moist on the inside, but I do this. Okay, so we're not in the medical field. I can reuse the glove. You see how it's yellowish already. That's that, and I need tissue. Right there. I had one pickup today, only one. But I also had a long guitar lesson. I teach people sometimes how to play guitar. So I had a lesson first, long lesson, a 2-hour lesson in in one of the studios, and then a fairly long-ish phone call, longish. And then I also had a pickup, someone picking up the guitar. You know which one? The Hackstrom guitar. That was in a live stream. He only came to pick it up today. Yeah, so it took a while for him to pick it up. That's all good. He still picked it up before the end of the month. So I don't know what you call this tool. Sanding block, maybe. That's it. And this is our toxic chemical. Okay, I have a label here. It starts with a NA, okay? I think everyone knows what it is. I just don't say what it is because of kids watching. I don't want parents to blame me. Hey, what are you teaching my kids? I think the tool needs a little adjustment. Like that. You know what? I made this tool very quickly on a belt sander many years ago, and it's not perfect, but it does the job. I've always been meaning to kind of make a better one. I never have time for these fun projects. But now I see some imperfections, and I want to take care of them. Okay. So that's that. And now we need, again, the vacuum cleaner. I'm really happy with this vacuum cleaner. In fact, I should put a link. It's a good one. I used to have a big one that I would just push around, and maybe you remember that. Okay, and now we need what grit? I'm thinking 180 or maybe 220. Let me see. Yeah, 220, I think. P220, I'll show you. That's the one. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll cut off a piece like this here. Okay, and then I'll cut off a strip and glue it onto this. So what is this? I saved it. I need a chopping board. How about this one? Okay. About this length right there. Okay, that sounds good. That looks good. And a straight edge. Fret rocker. Let me see again. This long? Okay. This length isn't critical. I just don't want it to be too short. Ah, I cut it crooked. Oh, come on. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's put this away. So I'm using P220 grit for the neck, yeah, and for this. Not for this yet today, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. So I won't be gluing the neck back on today. I will be gluing the shims to the neck part, not to the body part of the neck joint. All right. So now, what do we do now? So this is a serious surgery, guitar surgery. It's as serious as it gets. Okay, hopefully I did this right. And now I peel off the film and here, close up. That's it. I think we're good. Okay, we have this. All right, so I can toss this away. So I was saving this film for whatever reason. Sometimes you need it. And I'm going to save it. Right here. Okay. Time to get busy. So I'm not sure if I need this here. Probably not. Oh, I do need to drink. Water with electrolytes. I put magnesium and a little bit of salt in it. Sea salt, not sea salt. Himalayan salt. So this is still warming up. It's at about 35 degrees Celsius right now. Okay. Let's check. Oh, I don't need this anymore. That's my setup. Whatever. That's it. All right. So it's at about 38 now degrees Celsius. I set this to 60. Okay, I got it here at 62. I have a little red mark. 62 degrees Celsius for hide glue. And I can do this. All right. So that's on the thermostat. But I don't trust the thermostat 100%. Right. You don't want to overcook the glue. So now I have my shims here. They are maple, both of them. I want to have a look at them. So it's maple veneer, right, that I made. And so I cut this on a bandsaw. So one side is flat-ish, like this one is completely flat. And we want them to be long enough, right? So they're a little longer than we need them to be. And the way I am flattening them is like this. Hold on, there's a better way, right? How was I doing this? See, I don't do a neck reset every day. So, and I'm going to be doing another neck reset fairly soon. And the other one is also going to be more like a reconstruction of a, again, Martin guitar from 1974, I believe. We're also going to do a refret, a compression refret on the other one. Like on this one, I just did a refret. But on the other one, because this one has an adjustable truss rod, The other one doesn't have an adjustable truss rod. It's an older guitar, older than this one. So there's no way to adjust the neck, right? There's no adjustment. Well, I wouldn't say there's no way to adjust it. I'm just saying no easy way to adjust it. So we do it in different ways. One way is to do a compression refret. And that's going to be an interesting live stream for sure. So yeah, I'm just flattening the surface. The shims are going to be very thin, paper thin, but I'm going to leave them a bit thicker, and then I'm going to use this tool to thin them out as we are fitting the neck into the neck pocket, right? And we want to use hide glue on this because we want it to be removable. So in some cases, we might have to remove the shims if I sand them too much or something. So we would be able to soak them. The water would soak through the wood fibers and be able to soften the glue and remove the shims. You don't want to use mahogany, even if the neck is mahogany, because mahogany really doesn't hold up when it's thin like this, but maple does. And by the way, the neck block, the best wood, my understanding, to the best of my understanding, the best species of wood for a neck block is willow. And you don't find that often. You probably never find it on a Martin, but on some luthier-made guitars, you do find it. And I forgot why. I knew it. Maybe it'll come to me. But willow is the best wood for a neck block, to the best of my understanding. Maybe some of you know, or maybe you can Google it. How about that? And post in the comments. That's where I give you a little work to do. I forgot why. Something about willow wood. So this will be, well, will take some time to do this. I hope it's not too boring. The wood grain direction is important on this as well. You don't want it to be quarter sawn. You want it to be rift sawn, like that, at an angle. Quarter sawn would snap too easily. So quarter sawn, you know, is considered the best cut for a neck, but it isn't the best cut for everything. So I am using my fingers to feel where there might be a little hump that needs to be sanded down. Oh, by the way, the other day, a few nights ago, I went to see a concert, classical concert. I'm actually very fond of classical music, especially Beethoven. So I went to see Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, his last one. It was sold out. It was really good. Yeah. I think everyone needs to see that one time at least. Beethoven, it is my understanding, I read it in a book, also played, guess what? Guitar. He was a guitar player. Does that surprise you? Well, he was a talented guy, right? A musician, composer, so he was a pianist. He would perform as a pianist, playing his sonatas when he was performing, yeah, when he was younger. He was also a piano teacher because he had to support himself. But during that time in Vienna, the guitar was actually a popular instrument. So Beethoven died 200 years ago, so 200 and X years ago, the guitar was a popular instrument in Vienna. And Beethoven also picked up the guitar, according to the book that I read. Now that might have been when he was younger, right? Because he could still hear music. So I'm sure that was when he was younger. He could play the violin, viola, cello, I'm sure. Probably played everything, right? Because if you compose for an orchestra, you need to understand how the instruments work. So his father was a singer, not a very good one. And he was mean to Beethoven, to Ludwig when he was a kid. And eventually, young Beethoven, well, they were both Beethovens, right? Ludwig, kind of cut ties with his dad, I think, something like that. I forgot, I'm vague on the details. So he wrote 9 symphonies, and his favorite one, according to some historic records, was the 3rd Symphony. But he stated that before he wrote the 9th Symphony. So we don't really know if maybe at the end the 9th Symphony might have become his favorite. We don't know that. Hold on, I need to make some more noise. I like the 5th, the 3rd, and the 9th. But the 7th Symphony is also great. It's got some nice progressions. Okay, so now I'm working on the other shim. I want them to be roughly the same thickness. Now, why don't I just buy veneer? I tried. Try to find maple veneer to begin with, right? So you'd have to buy large quantities to select and hopefully, you know, there will be a good cut in the large quantity that you buy. So, like I said, wood grain direction is very important. Can't be quarter sawn. So the grains need to go hopefully at a 45-degree angle through the very thin thickness. So since you really can't buy that, your option really is to, only option is to make your own. So I want to show you something. So this is how I cut it on the bandsaw, and you can see, and it's thinner on this side, it's a little thicker on this side, which is why I'm removing material here and not so much on the other side just yet. But it'll eventually be, once it's installed, it will actually be paper thin, right? I'm just not going to make it paper thin like this, because it would be too fragile to install. It would be like handling like that gold leaf, right? Just breaks apart. But I can make it very thin. Now, how thin? I just kind of use my own judgment. I kind of have to keep touching it and just use my own judgment. Still feels thicker on this side. And it's definitely a little wider than it needs to be. So we'll trim everything. And the proper way to glue it is with these, like I said earlier. So you really need these clamping cauls to glue it properly, right? How do you make them? I forgot. How did I make these? I mean, I made them on the disc sander, but I just can't remember how I got the angles right. I forgot. Somehow I figured it out. Oh, I'm also going to change some things around on the channel, or even channels. Like this channel, I'm talking about the main channel. So, I said many times that guitar quackery, as in this shop, I used to call it, you know, the guitar repair shop with a YouTube studio, and then I started calling it recently. No, actually, let's call it a YouTube studio with a guitar repair shop. But it's kind of like wishful thinking, right? Because the main income is coming from the repair shop, not from the YouTube efforts. So, but I kind of want the main income to come from YouTube. So I need to figure out ways of monetizing this thing on YouTube. I was disappointed at a company lately. I'm going to tell you who it is. Music Nomad. At their lack of response when I approached them to sponsor me. I'll tell you the story. But hold on, I need to make some noise. I pushed two buttons. So, as I was saying, I need to find ways of making money on YouTube. This way I can focus more on content and less on actual repairs. But I still need to do repairs. It's just that once it becomes really just mainly a YouTube business, I can be more selective about which repairs to take and which repairs not to bother taking. Just so that I end up with interesting content. So, in order to monetize, I mean, I am monetized, as in I have ads. I am monetized on YouTube officially. Not on this channel. I can't run ads on this channel yet because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. But the main channel does, right? Has more like 8,500 subscribers, which is nothing. I've been on YouTube for like 3 or 4 years now. But yeah, I started running memberships. So what I want to do is I'm going to make some things available for members, some members only content, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it as we speak. Not this minute, but yeah, as we speak. And I'm also going to have digital downloads. One type of download will be 3D scans. That just kind of dawned on me last night. I could make the 3D scans available to the public. They need to then, sign up for the mailing list. That's it. I mean, it's business, right? And some downloads would be available to the general public, and some downloads to upper tier members, depending on the material. So the upper tier members would also have access to videos that would explain what to do with the 3D scans and the software. So I use a few different apps that you can download for free. Now, Fusion 360, you can kind of use it for free, but there's like limits and stuff, okay? But anyway, you can use it for free if you don't want to pay. Then there's the app that Dr. Kevin and I are actively building together. And when I say we're building together, he's doing all the coding, okay? I want to make that clear because I have no idea how to code. So I'm more doing beta testing, consulting, and requesting features and tools. So that app isn't going to be available for free. So we don't really know. We have some ideas what to do about that app. But I don't want to talk about it because it's just too early to talk about. But that's an app that's going to be, well, it's already functioning, right? It's already amazing. It's already better than any other 3D app there is when it comes to guitars, because it's made for guitars and nothing else. So it's got guitar features in it, like it can detect frets automatically, things of that nature, and other things. But I don't want to tell you too much. Anyway, going back to the monetizing. So I want to monetize the channel or channels in a way that, you know, would make sense for me and for users. So I want to, like always, I try to give value to people who watch the channel or channels. Hold on, there's going to be some noise here. So since I can produce 3D scans, high resolution 3D scans of guitars and guitar parts, I would make that available to subscribers. And then people would be on the mailing list, which would give me direct access to subscribers. So that's a big recommendation by all social media experts. You know, get email addresses, because anything can happen to your YouTube channel or your Instagram channel or channels, and then you have no way of getting in touch with people who actually want to follow you. And that's true, right? So if you just think of YouTube is a free platform, but there's no guarantee that we'll have YouTube in 5 or 10 years, right? I hope we will. I guess we all hope, but there's no guarantee. Yeah. So social media platforms have vanished in the past. Remember MySpace? That was the big thing back in the day, and it's still active. I mean, it's not, I mean, it still exists, but it's a ghost town. No one goes there. Same could happen to YouTube. One day it will. Or Instagram. So I need everyone's email address. And I wouldn't send spam, but it would give me the opportunity to send news and announcements. Also maybe to sell digital products if people want to buy. And it's also a safety net, like I said. See, I move my entire body when I do this. So some of these, some of the videos that I'm working on as we speak for the paid members are going to be edited tutorials. Now the video you're watching now, the live stream is a tutorial. I mean, I'm showing you everything, but it takes time to watch through it, right? And we all know time is money. So some people might prefer this format, which is fine with me. And some people might just prefer the edited versions of what's happening here. And right now I'm not recording this because I'll do another neck reset. I'll record that one. I could go and grab the archives from YouTube, but it wouldn't be full resolution. So So I do need to record on my hard drive in order to have the good resolution. All right. So this is, I'm just kind of using my fingers to feel where it's thicker. So there's a thick part here. I need to sand down. I hope this works out, because if it doesn't work out, we can't glue it in. And how do we test it? Good question. It can't be too thin. Because I don't want to put 2 layers. I guess it wouldn't hurt to put 2 layers. So you can see here, this part is thinner than this part. I can feel that. So now I'm pushing down here so that I can even it out. Better. And now there's a bump here. Uh-huh. Now we can have these whatever you want to call them on this side, because I'll glue the smooth side to the neck, right? And this will be sanded down when we are fitting the neck, when we're dry fitting the neck. So I wonder if this is actually good now. Now, I told you that I would tell you the story, the Music Nomad story. I didn't forget. So, I don't know who's watching now, but some of the old regulars, not old, know that. Hold on, I make some noise again. So the regulars know that I've always been mentioning how I use Music Nomad tools and materials here. I don't only use Music Nomad, but I do use their tools and materials a lot. Yeah, it's good. So this is hide glue, right? It's just protein. It's just first washing my fingers in the water, not in the glue. Now let me test the glue. Not sure. Well, it still needs to warm up a little bit. I think it's too watered down. So I need to add some crystals. Yeah, it's too watered down. Or maybe it's just bad. If it's bad, we're gonna have to mix a fresh batch. I don't think it's bad. I only used it once. Where's the hide glue here? I'm gonna use this one, 192 gram strength. So it isn't stronger. The 315 isn't strong. Is it 315? Yeah. It just hardens quicker. So I do want a little more open time. And this is the 192 that I have there. So regardless which one you use, the glue joint is going to be stronger than the wood, right? In either case. Eyeballing it. I know some people might be horrified. Oh, just eyeballing it, yeah. So one thing is, we don't want the neck joint to be super strong, the glue joint. We want the neck joint to hold its own, to hold up on its own, even without glue. Right? So that's an important thing to understand. So you should be able to put the strings on a guitar, put the neck on, friction fit it, and put the strings on, and you know, it all fits together, and the neck doesn't, you know, the strings don't pull the neck off. So the glue is there just to kind of make sure that no one pulls it off. But we want to be able to remove the neck at some point in the future. So we definitely don't want this glue joint to be super strong, if that makes sense. Okay. We could even use fish glue. I've used fish glue when I needed more open time. Okay, so that's the veneer. We have 2 strips. Let's put them here, safe. And now we want to make sure that this surface is good. So I am talking about this surface here, and it wasn't all straight. It was kind of wavy, which is why this neck kind of came off. So we're not really resetting the neck angle on this one. We're just resetting the neck back because it fell apart. Yeah, because it's a Martin guitar. And Martin guitars are known to just spontaneously fall apart. Especially the binding and things of that nature. Bridge lift, neck joints. So we want this to be completely flat without any dimples or bumps. In other words, not the way it was. There's still a dimple here. Amazing. Ah, much better. Still a little dimple here. So, surface preparation is key. And right now this neck joint is loose, right? Especially because I'm removing material from here. And now the other side. We still have glue residue here. Obviously we want to remove that completely. And we'll be doing the same thing next time, I guess, when we try to fit the neck here, except we'll be shaving off the veneer, which will be glued onto the dovetail joint. Still bumpy. Amazing. You know, I really got a thing for Martin, you know. There's supposedly this procedure company and they just do shit like this. And the glue they used was Tide Bond, I'm pretty sure, for the neck joint. Now, I can kind of feel I'm not sure if I'm feeling some bumps here. Because there was glue, right? And sometimes glue can clog up your sandpaper. So I don't want to push too hard, right? Because if you push too hard, you kind of lose control. And I don't want to lose control. I want to be in control. I want to be able to control. the direction and everything, the angle. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. I think I can still feel a little bit. I think it's clogged up just a little bit here. Oh, see, just came off. I'm not sure about these specs here. So we want this to be completely flat, right? We don't want it to end up convex. That's important. And I'm not sure if I'm smearing up some glue here. There's like this strip that feels like it's a strip of glue. Oh, I know what I should use. A blade. Hold on, maybe this blade. As a scraper. Let me see. Completely flat. That feels better. I think there was like this glue residue that I was smearing. And we got to get into this corner as well. So the neck joint is the trickiest and the most important joint on a guitar. Feels better. I can still see slight discoloration, but I think we got all the glue off now. There's still a little bit of stubborn glue here, you know, because it's Tide Bond, right? In fact, there's a little dimple here close to the heel of the neck. can probably see this discoloration there. I think the camera's catching it. It's just this very thin layer of glue that's smearing. Okay. I think that's good now. Always get confused with these. I should do it. I really want to make sure that it can clamp all the way inside this corner. I think we're good on this side, and now this side here. This side is definitely good. There's even a little gap, I think. Yeah, between the fingerboard extension and the mahogany. And now this corner, I'm just cleaning up. So it's hard to explain, but this corner here is at a lower level than the edge, if that makes sense. It's carved in like that. That's how it needs to be. And sometimes you need to carve it in a little deeper. Now there's also glue on it, so I need to remove it. So I'm keeping my chisel away from the very edge. I don't want to touch the edge at all. But I want to remove whatever glue is there. There was some squeeze out there. And on this side. This part that I'm cleaning now is never glued to the body. Should never be glued to the body, not on the Martin guitar. That's why Martin guitars actually have a really good neck joint clean. So I'm using this part of the chisel. It's a sharp, kind of sharp, using it as a scraper. I want to resolve all this before we glue the veneer. Right there in the corner, I see some old glue. Okay, I think we're good. I'll double check. All right. This looks good. So it needs to feel really steady, no rocking. If you have rocking, you are going to end up with a curved surface. And that's definitely not what you want. Yeah, okay, no more streak. Good. So we removed all that glue residue. And I'm going to clean it with the toxic chemical or acetone or something. Acetone is also toxic. What should I use? Yeah, maybe acetone, which I have right here. All right. Oh, look at all that. All these messages. Sorry, I can't read. Oh, willow is preferred over mahogany for acoustic guitar and blocks, primarily because it is much lighter. Which helps to minimize the weight of the guitar body. Thank you, thank you. Lightweight. So that's Dr. Aficionado. I guess you Googled it, maybe, or not. I don't know. Maybe you already knew that. So thank you for the information. The main advantage of willow is its low density, making it ideal for use in internal components like blocks and kerfing linings, where material is needed to take up space and provide gluing surfaces, but should not add significant mass. This minimizes overall instrument weight, contributing to comfort and potentially enhancing the guitar's responsiveness. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. People are saying hello, hello. Can we do, so Dr. Jeffrey Boyle is asking, can we do more 59 Les Paul burst coverage? Well, I need one in the shop. And then Dr. Kinzua Outdoor says, we have no techs in my area, so I started learning how to work on guitars myself. Yeah. And yeah, and just people saying hello to each other. Okay, so like I said, acetone. Yeah, I gotta make sure I don't touch the finish. I'll make sure I don't, hopefully. Oh, check the glue. It's at 59 degrees. 62 is ideal, 59 is fine. Acetone. Okay. Right? So I'm removing all the dust. Hopefully without removing the finish. Then I put my fingerprints there, oils from fingers. Okay, so now, so this is now very loose. I can show you this. This is all planned and intentional. It's not going to be a surprise. It's loose because it was loose even before. That's why it was relatively easy to remove this neck. Just making sure that we have a nice tight fit here on the outside. I don't want to see any gaps. Now here, I'm not sure. Hold on. Now it's not fitted yet. Do you see this? Is there a gap here? I gotta push it here. So we might need to remove just a little bit of wood here so that it pushes more here. But here I have this, okay, so there's like this glue here. Okay, so this might be preventing it from coming together here. Yeah, there's like this little blob of glue. Okay. And look, there's still glue here. Unbelievable. Yeah. So I am holding my chisel, so I'm scraping with the chisel, but I'm holding it a little more tilted so that it doesn't touch the outer edge of this, if that makes sense. Unless I want it to remove material from there. Still see like a shiny surface there. Well, there's something here. It looks like it could just be damaged nitro finish. Yeah, I think that's all. That's what it is, yeah. Okay, so. So here, I need to push it down because it's very loose, right? So I need to imagine once the internal dovetail is tight, how it's going to grip it. And we can adjust it later as well, which probably we'll have to. Yeah, I can't insert it between, in between, so that's fine. So now, what we do is we do like a very rough, let's see. I think that's good. It's like there's a gap of less than 1 millimeter here between the straight edge and the bridge. So once we have the proper relief, I think it'll be fine. It'll be within the good range. Okay. So now, before we do this, I'll check our glue. Because if it's not good, we need to remix it. Ah, better than before. Still need to add a few more granules. I'm eyeballing it and I'm testing it. For whatever reason, it seems to be watered down. I think so. Why, you worried? I'm not worried. Do I look worried? And I'm gonna throw it away after this. We're gonna mix up a fresh batch next time. So what does this thermometer say? 60 degrees, or maybe 59. Yeah, you know, I don't know how accurate this is. I think if you buy 5 of these thermometers, each one is going to tell you a different temperature. But hopefully between the thermostat that says 62 and this that says 59, we are good. Okay, so now we need to cut the shims. Hopefully I didn't make them too thin, because if I did, we'll have an interesting project next time. Shim removal. So I guess in theory I could test these shims once I cut them, trim them. Okay, so let's see. All right, so first, we don't want them to be wider than than this, right? No need. So let's take a measurement of this. Yeah, I can do this. It's not going to scratch the guitar. Let's see. Inches or metric? I think in metric. Okay. So this is 14.67 millimeters. On the other side it says 15. I'm going to call it 15 millimeters. Okay. So now we take these and we need to trim at 15 millimeters. Okay. So let's make it 15, which is this. And what's the best way to do this? Well, we need a blade for sure. Okay, this one, before I break it, I put it here. We're working on this one first. It's a little bit too long, so we're gonna shorten it as well. Humidifier. And where do I have my oh, here. Nice. So let's trim it a little bit here. Okay. Is this long enough? It's not. So what do I have? Let me see something. How long is this? This is about the length. This is longer. Yeah, all right. So let's first trim it like this. See, I almost broke it. So this, I don't think this end is good. Let's cut it. So I put this straight edge here, and I put this straight edge here. So this is butted up against the veneer, right? But it's thicker than the veneer, so that I can have a 90-degree cut. Just like that. So a technique is to not push down too hard, because then you lose control. You can push the straight edge, in this case the fret rocker, but I think I cut deep enough now. I can just snap it. No, not yet. All right, so now I just follow this incision. Let's see. Almost. There you go. All right. Now, about this length. Let me see. Yeah. That's it. Same thing. Okay, so how did we do it? Like that and like this. So they finished a rehearsal here. So good, yeah. Maybe I put the camera here. So that's it. So so this is thicker than this, right? I put it here like that, and now I put this against this, right? Everything's moving. So I believe that this is still too thick. Okay, and now it's too wide for sure. And here we have these imperfections. So this is too thick. I believe this is going to get thinned down, and all of this is going to get sanded off. But for now, that's the size, the length. Now we need the other. We need to cut the other one. So here we have this imperfection here. We want to trim this off first. Like this, maybe. I hope I'm doing this right. There you go. I gotta check something here. Okay. Oh, let's check the glue, right? I think it's good. Temperature. Now it says 60. If it's accurate. think it's good. I mean, accurate and all. All right, so I'm looking at the size and I'm checking the thickness. And I think we can cut it here. So why don't we cut it here, like here? Okay. Measure twice, cut once. Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so if you try to use mahogany for this, it's just too brittle. It's just not strong enough. I think maple might be the best wood for this. It's the right density and strength. Oh, look at that. All right, cool. And now we are going to cut off, what did we say? 15, right? 15. Oh, that's it, 15 in this direction, which means that's 15 millimeters. And I do want to double check. Yeah, measure twice. Yeah, that's it. So let me see. That's not 15, right? No, that's less. Okay, I'm gonna mark it off here at 15. That's 15. Okay. And here we're going to cut off this part. We do a micro adjustment here, like this, by placing the blade right on the line. And I'm pivoting it like this. And I push down. So I'm pushing hard on this, but I'm not pushing hard on the blade, right? If that makes sense. And we are cutting along the grain now, not across the grain, so should be able to cut right through. So now just follow that incision. Okay, and now we probably want to test it this way. Yeah, it's the right size. Okay. Which means we can use this to mark off this one. Just want to decide which side to cut off. And I'm deciding that this side should get cut off. I can do the same trick actually. Butt it up against this thing. Like that. Okay. And now I hop over. I'm going to cut this off. There you go. So, I think we have these. So now, I guess I can take these two and kind of try to fit them in, see if they're too loose, they're too loose. I'm going to have to make new ones, right? But let's hope not. So let's put this away. Let's hope they're not too loose. All right, let's clean up our mess. I don't think I need any of this. We have this, we have these, we don't need this. Okay. Okay. So, so it's a little thicker here. So this one is definitely a little thicker here. It's all right. Okay, so this is what I wanted to see. The neck really doesn't fit here. There's a big gap here, right? Big, relatively. The gap is about 1 millimeter. Yeah, but when we squeeze it like this, we can kind of lift the guitar, right? You see that? Look at that. I'm not holding the guitar. So that's what we want, which means I think we can go ahead and glue them on the neck. Okay, so we have this, we have the glue, and where's the brush? Here's the brush. the brush is clean. This got to be 100% clean. And because I'm not using the 315 gram glue, which isn't stronger, again, it's weird, right? I mean, both grams, I'm using 192, are going to be stronger than the original wood, right? The glue joint should be stronger. Should be. Will be. So I forgot how they measure this gram strength. You can Google it. But it's about how long does it take for something to sink? I don't know, when it's at a certain temperature or something. I don't know. Whatever. I just know that I'm using 192. Okay, so we're going to do a dry run first. And you get this view from above. So first a dry run without these. So this goes here, and this goes here, and then this goes here. Oh, you see? Dry run. We can also use a little bit of tape to hold it. That's not a bad idea. So like that, tape to hold it, so that we can easily maneuver the clamp. Or maybe we don't need to do tape. Like that. Yeah, I think I'll save some tape. I'll save money. Tape is expensive. It is. Look at that. I mean, whatever. I think we're good. Let's just do it. So we have these two like this. You know, I should paint this red. This way I remember. Red is always in this direction. Okay, next time. So, let's see. So we have a little blemish here, which we're going to sand away. So this one goes here. And then this one has the blemish on this side. We're going to sand that away. This one goes here. That's it. You just have to go for it. Don't make a big deal out of it, and it'll be fine. Okay. I have a little schmutz there. Who cares? We're going to clean it up. There you go. It's been cleaned up. do it this way. Where's that Q-tip? Here. Is that good? No. I don't think it is. I think it was slipping. You see? It's slipping. No. Gotta make sure that this one's good. The other one was slipping. God damn it. Still slipping? It's the first time I'm experiencing this. Like I said, I don't do neck resets every day, obviously. Okay. Is it okay? Thing wants to slip. It's good. I think we're good. Well, we'll find out eventually. All right. So that's it. Which means we're not doing that fretting. Yeah, what was I thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. We can't do both. All right, so this would probably still be good. It's probably good for some things. So the temperature is dropping. Okay, that's it. I hope it's good. That's what I wanted to accomplish tonight. I can't see. I mean, I don't see that it's protruding in any direction, so I think it's good. Like I said, these glue joints should not be very strong. Yeah, because it needs to be service friendly. If that makes sense. So I still have work to do before I can leave. I need to clean up. And then I need to, I guess, check my Instagram account. Let's check. So I posted, oh, see, a friend of mine posted something, a story. Austin, Texas, he's touring, he's on tour, he's a drummer. Benaya. And yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, so I'm getting quite a few comments. I will respond to them later. With the saddle being like that. Okay, whatever, I'll respond later. Did you check my latest Instagram post? I mean, reel? So let's see. I thought there's I thought there was a good chance it would go viral. So today, you know, I just posted it this morning. Almost 7,000 views. It's not really going viral. Let me check this one. I thought this one was going to go viral. Like a few days ago, I thought it was going to continue going viral, but then it kind of flattened. And that's about what? Oh, yeah. Anyway. Okay, friends, I gotta go. Oh, it's almost 9 p.m. Yeah, I gotta go. What am I doing here? So, what's next? On this one, unclamping is gonna be next. I guess I'll just do that off camera. Or maybe not. I don't know. Then we can put those threads where they belong. Should I? I keep changing my mind about that. Well, we can start dry fitting the neck, right? And sanding off the material from the two sides of the veneers that we just installed. So next time you see me on this project, I'll be trying to fit the neck. Now, there's always a possibility that we need to remove the veneers. It's like if I sand down too much, right? And the neck isn't, whatchamacallit, tight enough, then we need to remove them. And do it again. Which is one reason why I don't like to do neck resets. Oh, there's some damage here because somebody tried to glue the, I guess there was separation of the binding, and they used some super glue, so there's the like bubbling up and stuff. All right. Someone worked on this guitar at some point. At this point, I don't even know if the customer remembers that the guitar is here. He does. Okay, friends. Dr. Dan Cruz says, I like all neck fingerboard woods, but if I had to choose only one, it might be maple neck with rosewood fingerboard. You know, me too. Born to Lose, what's the context? That Martin needed, so Dr. Dan Cruz says that Martin needed some serious love. Yes. And then Dr. Aficionado says, shim, shimmery shim, shimmery shim, shim, shuri. And Dr. Dan says, how long until the robots can just do all the guitar setups? I don't know. We already have had Plek for a long time, but still can't replace a luthier. Yeah, you know, a Plek machine is a really good machine, but you know, who's using it? You know, that's, you know, still experience. So I think still a luthier needs to use a Plek machine, someone who really understands. It's my opinion. Check out the robots that can play instruments. It's pretty cool. It's on YouTube, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have nothing against Plek, except that it's my competition. Nah, I don't care about competition. I mean, why would I, right? I can't work on every guitar anyway. So, yeah, a Plek machine is a good machine. I've never worked with one. I've never actually seen one in person. So my opinion is very based just on what I see on YouTube. I hope I did this okay. I think so. Oh, ugh. All right. So, friends, I got to go home and work on some videos. Okay, so I didn't tell you about the Music Nomad. Yeah, you know, I sent an email about a month ago saying, you know, how I use their products and, you know, would you like to sponsor my YouTube channel or channels? And no response. 2 weeks later, I send a follow-up saying, hey, I haven't heard back from you. Here's the email again. 2 weeks go by. Nothing. So then I send an email about one of their products with a question like, oh, you know, I'm kind of curious about this and that. And I receive a reply, you know, promptly. So I let 2 days go by. I didn't really know how to tell them this, but I just kind of got frustrated. And I said, to be honest, I wasn't really curious about the product. I just wanted to see if my emails were ending up in your spam folder, because I was thinking about that. That's a possibility, right? um, or if you're just ignoring me. And I said, you know, it doesn't feel good to be ignored, and it's really not a good business practice to ignore business emails. And that's it. That's all I said. Within a minute, I receive a reply saying, well, we don't control our spam filters. And I was like, okay, whatever. So, I don't know. It just kind of left a bad, it's just like a bad experience, because I've been always mentioning them and encouraging people to buy their stuff because I use it, you know. And I always said I don't like all of their products, but, you know, those that I do use. Now I don't really feel like working with them. I'm not going to beg for, like, sponsorship. I'm just going to find someone else. So, yeah, that's that. Too bad. It's not going to make me or break me. All right. So, it says engage with your audience. I am engaging with my audience. Right? Am I not? I read your comments. What am I supposed to write? You know, I read your comments. Okay. So, kids, I gotta go. So let's see, how many likes do we have? 6 likes. 5 people watching, 6 likes. Okay, I guess everyone that's still watching probably liked. I need that. Okay, kids, I am going to clean up and go. Good night.